that's our next point, wise guides, which I noticed earlier, you kind of chuckled. It sounds like we're saying wise guys, but we're saying wise guides. And we wrestled with how to use this language because it does sound like that, but you need more than someone who knows stuff. You need knowledge plus experience, which equals the wisdom. And one of the things that we notice with the families we work with is wisdom is found in a variety of places. It could be someone who's not in the C-suite. It could be someone who's been on the factory floor for 40 years, and they have the wisdom and the historical understanding of what really makes the culture of your organization special. It could be someone outside the company, and it could also be a peer of the next generation. Sometimes we mistakenly equate wisdom with old. And there are old people who aren't wise, and there are wise people who aren't old. And so we really invite people as they develop that plan, which we made, which is our first point, develop the plan is what are some of the guides and who are they along the journey that can really pour into the next gen. And then even as the now gen can look to people who've successfully transitioned out of a business on how to do that well. And of course, governance is a major variable there.
Very much. And I think what's really interesting here is some of this work is allowing people to go find guides. And in our conversations getting ready for this, Tom, we talked a lot about you watching young people find guides and the work that you did when you were in college education and kind of helping them find mentors. And I have found in my own life, you know, I have a mentor that's been with me since I was probably 9 years old. I still use them. I'm 54 years old. I still use guides because even as we transition into the next phases of our lives, having someone who's been there, done that is really nice. But the other thing I work a lot with is peer groups, and peer learning can become critical to understanding the transitions and the creation of identities and the struggles that we have. We run peer groups at FBCG, and we find them to be super helpful in not only those that are coming up in the business, but those that might be transitioning to having a board of directors or being the president of the board for the first time and those kind of things. Has that worked for you in your consulting practice as well?
It has, and this is just occurring to me as you're speaking and this is deep identity stuff, right? So one of the things that we can see is if someone is forming their leadership identity and they want to prove they're competent, somewhere along the line, people learn, and this is a mistake, that leaders can't ask for help, and leaders know all the answers. And of course that's wrong. And eventually life will beat that out of you. But asking for help, i.e. seeking a wise guide, shifts your mindset that says, I'm always looking for solutions outside of myself. We are better than me. And I'm reminded of how that entrepreneur I mentioned is approaching his family with that ethic. So even just shifting your mindset to ask others for help is a great kind of ethic to develop, a great discipline, a great practice. All right, our final point.